What's going on, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome to some more Tarkir Standard Dragon Storm Standard. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, we're playing Standard today, and we're playing with Tarkir Dragonstorm cards. And if you guys have been living under a rock, look, I don't know exactly what order the video I've recorded a lot of intros today, and I don't know what order these videos are going out in, but I have realized that I've recorded a lot of intros with Cori-Steel Cutter. It's just the best card it's the best card in the set. It might even be the best card in Standard right now. This card is completely obscene. Just every single time that you double spell with Cutter, you get an extra token. The design of this card is just outrageous. The tokens have haste, they have trample, you can attach for free. It's completely busted. And we're trying to see if we can find some new shells and new ways that we can take advantage of Cutter. And we are trying it. We tried it in a Dimir bounce deck that was blue-black splash Cutter. And now we're sort of trying it in the white-black shell. And what I like about the white-black shell compared to the blue-black shell is that the white cards allow you to be a lot more aggressive. The combination of Nurturing Pixie and Optimistic Scavenger. Scavenger is your best one-drop. You play it on turn 1. You play some enchantments. It can frequently be a 3/3 or a 4/4 as early as turn 2 or turn 3. And just allows you to be have those hyper aggressive draws. Nurturing Pixie, 1 mana for a 2/2 flyer. You know, the games where you go Nightmare on 1, Pixie Nightmare on 2, you've dealt them 4, you have a 2/2 flyer in play, they're down a couple of cards. Pretty hard to come back from those starts. The other thing that I like about specifically Nurturing Pixie versus the blue bounce cards is this is 1 mana. And having your bounce spell cost 1 mana is massive when it comes to Cori-Steel Cutter. The ability to consistently trigger Cutter every single turn when you're using Pixie to pick up stuff like Hopeless Nightmare, that's fantastic. White also gives you Sunpearl Kirin as an additional bounce spell, which is similar to Fear of Isolation, but when it comes to Spiteful Hexmage, if you go Hexmage on turn 1, put the roll on the Hexmage, and then turn 2, Kirin bounce the roll, draw a card, and attack them for 3. You have 5 power, you're up a card. That's pretty good. You still have the same number of removal spells, the 4 Nowhere to Run, 2 Breaker. With the red splash, we're playing a couple of torches. Torch also happens to work quite well with the Hexmage, because you can sack the roll token to the torch to bargain. Fear of missing out. This deck doesn't... I don't know. This one's kind of weird. I've played a lot of this Mardu deck, and I would like to try and find a replacement for Fear of Missing Out, because I like everything else about this deck, but the Fear of Missing Out is kind of weird. It's like, you don't really get Delirium that often, because a lot of your stuff is permanents, right? Like all of your removal spells, Nowhere to Run, Momentum Breaker, and Hopeless Nightmare, you want those on the battlefield so you can bounce them over and over again. And you don't have a lot of self-mill, so it's just kind of hard to get Delirium, so Fear of Missing Out is kind of a weird one in this deck. But one card that is not a weird one is Defiled Crypt. So because we're playing Mardu, we don't have access to blue for stock up, and that's, I think, the biggest downside to not playing a blue version of Bounce is talent. That's whatever. Fear of Isolation, Town, they're good cards, but you can manage. Stock up is the big one, and that is how you can compete with the other stock up decks. So you need to find some source of card advantage for the games you can't have stock up. And that's where Crypt comes in. And it might sound a little innocuous, but, for example, you're playing an interactive game against the mid-range deck or control deck. They're killing your creatures up the curve. They're killing your Pixie. They're killing your Kirin. You play Crypt, right? Crypt for 1 mana can rebuy a creature from your graveyard. So you Crypt, pick up Pixie, play Pixie, bounce Crypt, replay Crypt, pick up Kirin. Play Kirin, pick up... You get the idea. You can sort of, if you have 2 or 3 of those in the graveyard, you can just set up a turn where you just try to chain all of them and put 6 power into play from nothing and still have an active Crypt, or I guess Lab in this case, then you can activate the Crypt later on. So that's kind of cool. I do like that. But yeah, I like everything else about this deck. I just really want to find a better 2-drop than FOMO. It's just not that good of a FOMO deck. Mana base, again, mirroring the Esper version of Pixie with 12 fast lands, 1 tap land, bunch of pains, and then we're playing 2 basics. I think most Pixie decks play 1, but this one has 2. then moving on to the sideboard, we have Dreams of Steel and Oil, good against graveyard decks like Oculus. Also, importantly, this takes Cutter. So Dreams is good, 1 Duress, 2 Ghost Vacuum for graveyard, 2 Abrade, good against the other Cutter decks, 2 Grim Bauble for mono red, 2 Barrage, good against blue-black, good against Oculus, 2 Destroy Evil for lockdown, and then 2 Liege for opposing Pixie players. So yeah, I don't know. I do like this a lot better than the Grixis version. Again, basically at this point, what I'm doing is I'm throwing a whole bunch of stuff at a dartboard and trying to see if I can find something to stick for the RC, because I only got like 10 days left to test. But in any case, hope you guys enjoyed the intro, and I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. We're good. We're back. We are so back. I mean, I can't cast any of my spells, but we'll figure it out. That's not true. I can cast some of my spells. Can we play some tier 1 decks lol? I don't really know what that means. I don't know what you mean by that. Can you elaborate? The cutter. Okay, a little bit of a cutter mirror. Dude, I'm so glad that I bought my Cori-Steel Cutters last week, or week and a half ago at this point, probably, for $2 a piece, because now they're almost 20. There's so many cutters. Yeah, I'm very, very happy that I bought mine. Imagine going second. Maybe just have to draw an untap white source, right? It's not even good. I guess I'll play Nowhere to Run. Just not trigger the cutter this turn. I should do it main phase so they can't untap. Although, this is slightly worse if they have Rage, I guess. Okay, no Rage. Play blue-white control for Authority of the Council and you win. Noted. I'm not a blue-white control gamer myself. It's probably good. I just don't enjoy playing blue-white control. I would like this stream to be me playing decks that both look interesting and that I enjoy playing. I'm not going to play something just because it's good if it's not interesting, you know? Like, that doesn't really help me that much. And I also don't think it helps you that much. I guess we should not attack. I mean, we're not going to block the Swift Spear is the thing. But if they tap out and only make a 2/2, then I can trade. I'll hold back. It's interesting because it beats the best deck in the 4-bet. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm sure it has good matchups, but I'm not going to have fun playing it. And I want to, like, if I'm not having a good time, then that's going to reduce the quality of the content severely. You know, like, I only want to play decks that I enjoy. I'm not just gonna sit here and play a deck that I don't want to play just because it seems good in the metagame, you know? That's just not what's going on here. We appear to be very dead, by the way. Things are not looking up. 5, 8. Is that Xaxes? It sure looks like it. All right. So is it Prowess? What do we do against Prowess? We definitely need Abrades for their cutters. So we'll do that. No, yes. Could do Dreams of Steel and Oil for the cutters, but It's kind of narrow, because if they have the cutter in play, it's kind of awkward. I think I'm just going to shave 2 of these. Try that. Did I see the PNLR Elspeth deck? I did, and I also watched, I think Ash played a little bit of that on her stream yesterday. I want to say she had a pretty good record with it. I think she was like 4 or 5-0 with it. I was thinking about playing some of that today. Although I feel like we can make that deck a little bit better, because when I looked at it, the curve looked pretty bad for Cori-Steel Cutter. Like there was so many 2-drops and just not enough 1s. So we can probably make a better version of that deck, I would guess. But I do like PNLR with Elspeth. That is a pretty cool combo. Yeah, it was a weird cutter deck for sure. The cutters didn't make a lot of sense to me. It was a nice hand, by the way. It was a real nice hand. Get to go Cutter Pixie, pick up this. All right, don't get auto-tapped. We've learned how to evade the auto-tapper. I don't know why, but Arena just hates casting the Pixie and the Sunpearl Kirin stuff. Like, it accounts for the cards that are in your hand, but not for the cards that are on the battlefield that you're gonna bounce. Which, like, I kind of understand, but you gotta be real careful playing these decks. You gotta watch out for that filthy auto-tapper. The auto-tapper is not your friend. If you attack, I'm not gonna block. Ooh. Okay, this deck fucks. Maybe I didn't even care about casting Nowhere to run this turn. I could have just went Cotter Hopeless Nightmare. I mean, this line is safer, right? Like, I just wanted to kill one of their creatures to be a little bit safer next turn to not die. I love when streamers make their take on the meta deck list and optimize it for Arena Standard. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the problem with something like that is how exactly are you supposed to optimize decks like Esper, Pixie, and Mono Red? It seems like people have been doing that non-stop for the past 6 months. And the way that I look at it is, if there was a more optimized version of one of those decks, people would have found it by now, you know? Like, it seems like there's not really a lot of room for growth with the metagame. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a bad way to put it, but why did they give me a fish? I mean, +1 fish, I guess. Okay, now we go Cutter first. Would it be funny if the fish gave me lethal? I'm not doing the math, but I think they were still dead anyways, right? Yeah, they're still dead anyways. But they did give me a free fish. Dude, this deck is sick. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Nothing to bounce with this, but... Okay, never mind. I found something to bounce. Let's just play it safe. Yeah, four color Pixie without the Pixie. That is true. But, I mean, blue really does give you the late game inevitability with Town Talent, but I guess that's kind of what you have Cutter for. Cutter sort of gives you that same inevitability. Speaking of. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, this deck is a lot of the same cards, but you're just replacing Town Talent with Cutter, Fear of Missing Out, right? So like the Esper Pixie is like the aggressive portion of the deck is black white, Scavenger, Pixie, Nowhere to Run, like that kind of stuff. So you have the aggressive nature of the black white core, and then you're just splicing in an alternative late game engine of Cutter plus Fear as opposed to Town plus Talent, which I think is better, question mark. I think maybe that's yet to be determined, but I think that's the idea, right? No! You fucker. Okay, opponent hater confirmed. Hater confirmed. Yeah, there was a Grixis version that I saw too. I did see a Grixis version of Bounce that looked okay. The Grixis version is basically blue-black Bounce just splashing for Cutter, which is reasonable too. I think that version looked good too. I mean, I guess we're racing. What are we missing? Artifact, land, instant. You know what's really cool about Hopeless Nightmare? Is you can sack it for Delirium. Not yet, obviously, but at some point you can. So they go to 12. It's going to be a close race. It's a good last card. I guess here the question is, do we trade for the Otter? Oh, they're not going to give us the option. Okay. I mean, they're 12. What did we say? Instant land artifact. Instant land artifact. 6. All right, take a both. I could Kirin to bounce the Hexmage aura, but I think this is more important, especially after they just resolve stock up. Hold. We can upkeep Sack Nightmare to get Delirium for Fear of Missing Out, and then we have lethal with just these 3. You can bounce the aura with Kirin, but if I had bounced the aura, I would not have bounced the Nightmare, which would have been 2 less damage. Okay. They can't send everything. Oh. Are they just dead on board? All right. Now, what am I missing? Am I missing something? Huh? Combat. Untap itself. Okay. Pony, you sure about that? Sure about that? I mean, it really is just the Prowess decks, right? I don't think Pixie, Red, or Domain have any artifacts, really. Like, sometimes you see the rare, like, Herd Heirloom, or the, what's the 3-mana one sometimes you see in Domain, but they don't really have those, like, it's not a very common card, I would say. You're not trying to braid a Grim Bauble, though, you know? The worst land in Standard, by the way. It's in my opening hand, not in my lap. Mono white tokens, huh? Mono white tokens. I could go Spiteful Hexmage Pixie, which is more damage next turn, but it's worse with the Cutter the following turn. So why don't we just go... No, don't tap like that. I think what I'm going to do is go Fear, discard Nowhere. Or, actually, I'm trying to think of what creatures they play. I guess Breaker. No, Breaker could have discarded cards out of their hand. I should have kept the Breaker. Then we could put the roll on the Prowess token. Yeah. 2-2. 2-2 coming in. What do you think about the meta right now? It's okay. I think it's fine. I don't think a lot has changed from prior to Tarkir, but I do think the Prowess deck is quite good. Oh, ha 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 ha, Cowboys joke, ha ha, XD, real funny. Ha 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 ha, Cowboys joke, I'll make a lol. Bolt Snapball, thank you for the bits. Alright, so kill this. Put a counter here. Haha, it's funny because Cowboy's bad. Get it? Haha. Funny joke. Do 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 do. My face when chat makes joke about bad NFL team that Straber likes. XDD. You guys are so original. Did I ever tell you that? Like the most original Twitch chat in the entire MTG community. I've played against the person who has the username Dak so many times over the past couple of streams that I'm beginning to think maybe it is actually Dak Prescott. Like, you don't know that it's not. How do you know? Do they punt a lot? Well, Dak Prescott is not a punter. He is a quarterback, so that reference does not even work. Yeah, my face went joke. XDD laugh. You got a sweeper over there, Nate? You better not. Nate, you gonna do something over there? Elspeth Storm Slayer. Need to land in the graveyard. That's good, I think. So Cutter on Hexmage, they block here, they take 7. Still not lethal. I think we just do the Kirin here main phase. Pick up the Nowhere to Run. And this play is nice because even if they sweep us, we can still potentially trigger Cutter next turn. Yeah, no matter what, I'm 1 off. This line only deals them 5, but... I feel like they have a sweeper, though, and they were really thinking about doing it last turn. Okay, never mind. Confirmed, no sweeper by Nate over there. Jerry would play a rock deck with Spiritmonger and Apprentice Steed from 2002. Why do you say that? What's the correlation between Jerry Jones and The Rock? I don't get it. Is there a reference there that I'm missing? Old? Oh, because the last time the Cowboys won a playoff game was when Ice Age was released. Okay, I understand. That makes more sense. I get it now. And I mean, you're not wrong. I think everything else is good. But I need to play 2 of these cards against Mono White. I mean, I guess the dreams are not that bad. I'd rather have dreams than kill spells, I think. Remember those old, like, really old school deck boxes they gave out at GPs? Those things were sweet. I miss those. They should do that every now and again. Oh, I'm going to find one. MTG Grand Prix deck box. I search MTG Grand Prix deck box and it just gives me Aether Drift. Like, what? No, I don't want Aether Drift deck boxes. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This shit. Who remembers these? Oh, God, bring me back to these. I want these again, man. And it just had, so like, I think the idea was it had just a bunch of cities from that year that they went to. These things were awesome. Had like the little Velcro on it. I miss those. I may be showing my age a little bit with showing that on stream, but you know, it's fine. Those are before from when I was born. Yeah, yeah. I know. Haha, funny. It's really funny to tell the streamer he's old. Although I'm the one who brought that up, so I guess I'm calling myself old, which I am. You know, I respect that. Ghost Vacuum. I think our opponent may have misunderstood the assignment. How old am I? I don't want to respond to that question. I'd prefer not to. If I could please, if you could refrain from asking me that question, would greatly appreciate that. For year were I born? You're just asking the same question in a different way. Okay, how old do you think I am? Yeah, what's my social security number? What is your mother's maiden name? Your place of birth? It's not old. It sure feels old. Okay, well, I'm going second with a hand that has 2 tap lands, so the reality is that I'm going third this game. You guys want to go third? I don't think I do. I do like this hand. Can't go second? Well, I'm not going second. I told you I'm going third that game with that hand. They don't have main deck Bailoff, right? Nah, there's no way. Heartfire Hero. God, I really want them to tap out next turn. I'm going to save the torch. This might be a psycho play, but I don't want to cast torch while they have 1 open mana. There's obviously multiple ways I get punished by doing this, but I'll tap out next turn, I believe. Shit. Okay, well, I didn't know we were doing this kind of stuff. Should you just assume that if your opponent has green mana in their red deck that they're playing Leyline at this point? Maybe you should. Yeah, I know. I mean, bro, I'll take 10. I don't give a shit. I really wish I had a Pixie in my hand instead of this. Maybe we don't have a choice, right? Yeah, I don't have a choice. Second Cutter is that good? I don't think the second Cutter is that good. I just want to find another kill spell for the Manifold Mouse. Yeah, I just want to find a kill spell. Gotta ship those. There we go. See, that's what I'm looking for. Could have maybe attacked with Pixie there. You wouldn't have another Monstrous Rage now, would you? Okay, if they're emoting me, that means that I'm dead. It's not good. Yeah. If you're emoting me, I know that means I'm dead. Yeah, must be nice. Wait, I'm not dead? Huh? Well, I didn't think we'd get this far. Cast this first. Hold. I'm at 3. Surely I don't attack here, right? I have 1 card in hand. Actually, attack is fine. Now that I think about it. Attack is probably okay. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's do it. I'm scared. I'm scared. The difference between 3 and 2. Burst Lightning. Which these decks usually play 4 copies of. I'm not casting it. I'm not doing it. It doesn't even change the clock, right? Yeah, I still have lethal next turn. Just don't draw a creature, please. Or you can draw a creature as long as it doesn't have haste. That I'm okay with. Hold. You wouldn't kill one of my creatures now, would you? Would you? You wouldn't do that. Easy. I mean, they could play Shock, you know. Like, is it... I guess my question for you is, would it be completely unreasonable for my opponent to have Burst Lightning in their deck? And I feel like the answer to that question is no. And I don't think the Kirin meaningfully changes anything, so there's kind of almost no reason to cast it, you know? Or like in that position, there's no reason to cast the thing that turn. Do you keep a hand without a single kill spell against them? On the draw? There's no way this hand's a keep, right? There's like 0% chance this hand's ever a keep against them. Maybe against the non-Leyline version I could keep this hand, but not against Leyline. Better, I think. Yeah, this hand is much better. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would keep it against non-Leyline, but I think it's more defensible is more so what I mean. If you kill a Cacophony Scamp and it has negative power, I'm just saying that you should be able to gain the life. Is that reasonable? I feel like that's fair. I want to do this now to play around exactly Overprotect. And they would just target themselves. That is true. I'm okay with this. Look, if you have a creature in play, as long as it's not a Cacophony Scamp, I don't really care what it is. I could care less. Yeah, random Bozo 2/2. They banned Questing Druid. Huh? Huh? So what if I go Kirin Bauble this turn? Now, let's go Pixie, pick up Nowhere, play Untap Land Pass. I think I like this. Hold up everything this way. You had an epiphany last night? Ooh. Did it involve chicken nuggets? Can you tell me if it works and if it's too cute? Can you Tidebinder your own Rock Curse Rakshas's Decay? Yeah, you can. You can. I was really hoping to see something involving chicken nuggets, but unfortunately that's not the case. I got nuggies on the mind, you know? Can't stop thinking about nuggies. Order some gains. What about McDonald's chicken nuggets? Overprotect. Bit awkward, isn't it? Don't ask me why I main phase this. I just forgot my card had flash. Definitely forgot they had my card had flash. I don't even think we have Canes over here. We have Popeyes. There was a Popeyes that just opened up, like, not just, I say just, but it was maybe about 6 months ago. Not too far away from me. Which is huge because that's like outside of Boston, there's basically no Popeyes. So Popeyes is good. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Canes in Boston, but I wouldn't say that I'm close to Boston. I'm a little far outside. Yeah, there's a couple in Connecticut. I sure hope they don't have 2 pump spells in hand. Turn inside out. I'm sacking here to play around Rage. I don't really want that. So I take nothing? I mean, this is going pretty well for us. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm from Mass. Hold. Is their last card Rage? I mean, sure, I guess that's fine. I can just race them at this point, though. I think. Unless they draw exactly Manifold Mouse. I mean... Nice. Oh, man. Yeah, he's making fun of the Emperor Challenger, but he is still kind of cooked, isn't he? 2, 4, 6, 7. They go to 9. No, they go to 8. I mean, I gotta put him on a 2-turn clock, right? I think we even beat most pump spells, don't we? Is that true? Again, if they go Manifold into pump spell, we're dead, but if they draw land, they're dead. Old. It's a good sign for me. I mean, what could they have here? Is there a reason to not go for it? Eh, whatever, I believe. Yeah, nothing. They could have had burst letting, I guess. Maybe that was a reason to not go for it. I don't know if anybody else even knows what my desktop background is, but I know at least somebody does. See, this hand doesn't have white mana, but it is quite good if it does find white mana. I'm on the play, though. Maybe on the draw I would keep this, but not on the play. Okay, this is good. This is good. We go turn 1 Scav, turn 2 Cutter, turn 3 Hexmage Pixie, pick up the aura. Back planes. Good hand. The Scav Cutter synergy. Dude, it's synergy. What do you mean? Oh, you're saying specifically Scavenger with Cutter, yeah. Look, there's one card that doesn't work with it in the deck, okay? One single card. You ever just bounce the Hexmage here? I can always bounce the Hexmage next turn. Well, I mean, I have second Pixie, so it's fine to do this. I have a Smite. I have been smitten. Smitten. They're playing Omni. God damn it. Fuck. That's bad. This is no bueno. Creamy McCrunch. Thank you for the 8-month resub. Welcome back, Creamy McCrunch. That's not good for us. It's not good. I'm going to be honest with you. That is no bueno. I should have fired up the Bivouac. Although I guess, I don't know, maybe holding up this for Omniscience is okay. This matchup has got to be bad, right? You have so many bricks game 1. And I don't even think we have that much graveyard hate either. Come on, man. Every single one of my Omniscience opponents always just casts Entomb. Well, and what I mean by that is they just always find it super early, you know? They never have to, like, struggle to find it. It's always just right there. It's like you're playing against Oculus and they go turn 1 Archive, Graveyard Oculus, and you just have this look of existential dread on your face. Like, how do they do it, you know? How do they do it? Just built different, man. Cheeches, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Show me a counter spell. Okay, maybe they'll brick. Does that count as a brick? Kinda? Sort of? What would you rather? Them dump Omni in the graveyard turn 1 or 2 red Leylines? What would you rather do? Get hit by a bus or get run over by a truck? That's what you just asked me, basically. There's really not a lot of difference, you know? Alright, I'm good. I'm good, dude. All right, Duress. Ghost Vacuum. We have to keep in the discard spells too. We just don't have enough stuff to board out. I feel like we are perhaps unprepared for this matchup. It seems like we don't really have a lot here. Excuse me. If only Barrage was an instant, then we could kill the Omni and they couldn't counter it. All right, send it. No, I think with the new set, their win condition is now Invasion of Arcavios to go find Jeskai Revelation in their sideboard, and then there's like a loop that allows them to cast that card over and over again. Okay, no Omniscience, that's good. It's less good. They draw a red source, though, which is not bad. Yeah, they go like Arcavios for blue season, bounce the Arcavios. Actually, it's probably better to do it this way, right? No, that doesn't make any sense. Let's just do this. But yeah, it's like get Omniscience into play. Arcavios for blue season, bounce the Arcavios, recast Arcavios, go get Revelation, and they can like loop that over and over again, basically. That's basically the TLDR of it, you know. Oh, they don't have an Omni yet. Hold. Destroy Evil would be nice to clear this Authority of the Consoles. This card is really good against Cori-Steel Cutter. Okay, so here, bounce you. Rare Decline. Rare Decline on Cutter. $13. Problem is they probably found a sweeper off of this stock up. Oh, okay. Hold. This is doable. This is definitely doable. You ever just sack Nightmare? Okay, let me think about this. If I sack Nightmare, kill Falaji, next turn animate Bivouac, that would be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I torch on my turn, it would be 3, 4, 5. So it's 1 less damage to torch on my turn, but I could have the upside of finding an untap land. Yeah, I guess I just do it upkeep then, right? Because that's the best of both worlds. This, like, in theory, could mean that I don't animate the Bivouac this turn, which I guess would suck, but I think we just bottom all this stuff and look for specifically Ghost Vacuum. I don't think anything else matters here. Like either Ghost Vacuum or untapped red source. I don't even think I cast that. Right, because it just gives them more life. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They go to 4. It doesn't change the math, does it? I don't think it does. Okay. Now we probably have to play it. I love when Brian tries to speak different languages. I don't know. I just find it hilarious. Pancho Tech, thank you for the 5-month resub. Welcome back, Pancho. Appreciate ya. How did the hell did they end up at 9? I guess they gained 2 more life and they didn't take 3 damage. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? That's good news. You love to see that. Easy. Okay, game 3. Yeah, I'm sending it. Okay, I mean, I ask for more than this. This is just an Esper Pixie hand. Not that that's a bad thing, but... This hand is so weird. Sand is weird because it has basic plains, basic swamp. So if I Scavenger on turn 1, I can't double spell on turn 2. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is put back Nightmare. And weirdly enough, I think I might lead on Hopeless Nightmare. Honestly, it's actually fine. I'm just going to play the Scavenger. I think it's fine. The reason we have Ghost Vacuum over Rest in Peace is because we're playing with Fear of Missing Out, which needs the graveyard. But this deck probably should have more copies of Ghost Vacuum. There's only 1 on the board right now. So not really a lot of respect for the Omni matchup. Probably because there's just not a lot of it right now. It's like hard to dedicate, 3 to 4 slots to Omni when there's just not that much. Forge over Plains. My life total just doesn't matter against Omni. Life total is probably the least relevant thing in this matchup. Like when you're dead, you're just dead regardless of your life total. That kind of helps, I think. I guess not really. I guess we just have to hope they don't have it. They probably have it. They probably do have it, but, But what if they don't? Hold! Hold! They're definitely not going to have it next turn either. This is doable. They're at 14. So here first. Counter here. Split up the damage a little bit because they probably have Dispersal or something. Huh? What? So they definitely have a second one, but can I afford to play around it? I don't think I can. 3, 6, 7. I should be scared. It either means I'm dead or they have second lockdown, but either way, I'm basically dead, right? So, like, what am I supposed to do, Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, now we're just showing off. I mean, technically they could whiff, right? 3 lands, maybe? 3 lands, maybe? That's the reality of the situation, is they just never whiff. You guys think that there's a chance, but there really is. Realistically, there is no chance here. I think it's impossible for them to miss. Bro just bounced his own omniscience. And now we're just showing off here. Come on. I can't. Now we're actually showing off. I mean, if they for some reason don't have it and I draw Destroy Evil, I have a chance. Hold. I can draw phase this to get 2 cards out of their hand and they can't respond. Okay, main phase. Draw phase. Hold. Discard your 2 cards. Bounce here. There's no way, right? Counter. Roll here. Let's go! Pew, 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 pew. The old draw phase Destroy Evil. Yeah, I'm in. You run the Gamma back, boss? Too late now. What? Huh? Did they misclick? No, they have Kaido. That's what this means. So we simply play around Kaido. I would like to cast Time Walk. I would like it so that you cannot use your mana this turn. Turns out they still use their mana, but Cutter Scavenger maybe. It does make next turn a little awkward because we have the stupid tap land, but I think it's fine for the most part. So then they go attack with both, Kaido, pick up Pixie, probably lock down the Prowess token. Oh. Did I just get baited and they just didn't have Kaido the whole time? It seems like I may have gotten baited. God, these fucking tap lands, man. These tap lands are killing me. Okay, give me a 1 mana spell, please. Any 1 mana spells? I'll take it. Ask and you shall receive. I'm full sending. I think we're winning this race. It's gonna be really close. Do I have lethal next turn? They did have Kaido? Yeah, they discarded Kaido. Why wouldn't they Kaido last turn? I guess they just felt that Kaido was not great against the Cori-Steel Cutter, which is not unreasonable, right? But yeah, I feel like maybe they had... Oh, did they have 2? So maybe because they had 2, they just wanted to wait till they had a bigger battlefield presence to Kaido? I don't know. I guess that makes sense. Sort of.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long. Kaido just... Why does Kaido want to know my secrets? I'm a little scared about that. That's good. Not even close to Delirium, are we? I mean, I kind of assume that kills them, doesn't it? So... Here... Bounce this. Cast this. Do this. They go to 6. Yeah, this is just lethal. Well, no, I'm short, right? I'm 1 damage short. I don't really know how they're winning, but... yeah, I'm 1 damage short. Okay. They also don't know how they're winning. Okay. So, against Esper Pixie... let's do Liege my ass. What else do you want against Pixie? Is any of this stuff good? Yeah, like Vacuum, maybe for the town talent stuff. Barrage for Kaido, maybe. Yeah, probably Barrage for Kaido. Because that Kaido is kind of a pain in the ass. So we can do Barrage, Kaido, and maybe that's it. And cut some number of these cards. Let's just try that. And maybe post board they may have stock up, so could be good against stock up post board too. This deck is smooth as hell. I've been loving this deck. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Cutter is really good against Esper too, because Esper doesn't really have a great way to kill it outside of maybe sideboard Loran, but that's kind of expensive. Okay, well, they found a way to answer it. Never mind, I lied. My hand got a lot worse, by the way, with that. Discarded town. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Classic Stewie. Okay. You got a land for me? You don't. You got 3 in hand? Let's just clean up the board this turn. I think this is fine. Lee in a hammock. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 5 months, Lee. You know this Stewie guy? Is it Stewie from Family Guy? Is that the Stewie you're talking about? Is that the same Stewie? Discarded Pest Control. Yeah, Pest Control, not the best here, I'll be honest. I respect that. Nowhere to run. Guess I'll deal them 2. Guess we'll deal them 2. I take 1, you take 2. I mean, I got a 2/2 flyer, so something. Okay. Get a tap land. Gonna crack in there for 2. -1 for fun. Dude. They get me every single time with this. This is why I can't play Pixie. Not because it's boring to play, but just because I just get embarrassed by the auto tapper every single time. I can't keep doing it, you know? It's too much. Hexenmiser, thank you for the tier 1, the 2-month resub. Welcome back, Hexenmiser. Appreciate that. Sunpearl Kirin. Yeah. See, here's the issue with Mardu. Is you get to spots like this really late in the game and you don't really have a ton of good top decks. Like, you're not playing Storm Chaser's Talent or Kaido or Stock Up. So it does seem like the later you go into the game against Esper, you just kind of get outclassed. That being said, the Crypt is not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna keep both. So now we go here. This card is good, don't get me wrong. The Crypt is nice. Go. I guess I didn't need to keep the land because I don't have anything else to get back with the lab. No! I really needed that. I really needed that. Are they going to sack the Anchorage? There's no way, right? I mean, I guess they could. They definitely might. No, they can't, because they need to get back the Talon, right? Yeah, there's no way they can sack the Anchorage here. I mean, I guess we're going to find out. I'm noticing you, Mark Chalice. Thank you for the 36 months. Country rap. Sounds awful. I am, in fact, noticing you. One of you two are getting sued by the other. I will be the suer, not the suey. Didn't we just have this conversation about them having a Restless Anchorage in play? Why did I attack? Because I knew they weren't going to block. Easy. I knew in my heart of hearts they would never, ever consider blocking there. Because they knew. They knew that I would never make that attack, you know? They knew. Yeah, discard their town. I mean, I'm keeping both, right? Yeah, I'm keeping both for sure. I was trying to think if there was a world that, like, I don't know. I don't really know what I was thinking of. -1 Pixie. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, now we can just do it this turn, right? We go here, pick up this. So 1, 2, replay. 1, 2, replay. Yeah, we do it here. But I should have had the extra Pixie and play this turn, yes. For sure. Go here, pick up Pixie, and then I guess we pick up the Breaker. Right? I could play it safe and just pick up this in case they draw Wrath. Because, like, I feel like their only way out of this is something like Pest Control. Let's just play it safe. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Pest Control is the only way I lose this game, so I'll just pick this up. It wouldn't even be that good, because I get to keep the Kirin in play, but... Alright, well. I guess it didn't matter which one I picked up. So, they're dead? Right? Unless they somehow have block plus kill spell. Dude, we are farming with this deck. Holy shit. This is insane.